Hey YouTube, GarageBoys here, back at it again. On today's episode, I'm going to show you how to diagnose and fix a oxygen sensor on a Acura TL. This is the 3.2 VTEC 6-cylinder. It goes from the 98 all the way to the 2006 or 7, I believe. But it's very simple, guys. You should have sensors bank 1, bank 2, sensors 1 and 2. I'm going to show you, very important because it's hard to find on the internet, but I'm going to show you guys where each sensor is and how to fix it. I'm just going to do one because I just have one code for one sensor. I have code P0134, and that's what I'm going to fix. So let me just show you the check engine light first and the code, and then I'm going to come back here to the engine bay and show you all the sensors and how to replace them. So here we go. Okay guys, so I'm here in my car. I just want to show you the code I put in the machine. I have this OBD reader. It's, it's basic. It's the job done, the C reader 3001. I like it. I paid under like $20 or so at Amazon. You can check the link in the description if you want to buy it. But okay, this is the only code that I have. It's the P013402 sensor. No activity detected. Bank 1, sensor 1. Very important. So just keep that in mind. Bank 1, sensor 1. That's the only code I have. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix that code. And now I'm going to show you which sensor it is and the location and how to remove it. So let's go back to the engine. Alright guys, so just like you saw on the OBD reader, my code is for bank 1, sensor 1. And it's easy to find, to know which one it is. Bank 1 will always be wherever your cylinder 1 is. And if you check online for this car, it's hard to find. I guess you can find with some research, but you can take a look at this picture. And on this picture, you can see that the cylinder 1 is the one closest to a firewall. And that automatically makes bank 1 on that side. So basically, that will be on that side back there is bank 1. And then automatically this side here turns into bank 2. So as you can see right here, there's an oxygen sensor. So this will be bank 2. And this is sensor 1 because the sensor 1 is the one closest one, the one on top. And then sensor 2 will be after the catalytic converter. So under your muffler, in the back, underneath, in the back, that'll be sensor 2. So this is bank 2, sensor 1. And bank 2, sensor 2 will be back there behind the catalytic converter following this. And then bank 1 is on this side, sensor 1 is up here. Just basically the same layout that you see here. You see this oxygen sensor is connected to the manifold basically, right here. And then there's the same one on the other side. Oxygen sensors 1 always will give you readings on your levels of air flows and also on gas. And then the sensors 2 in the back will just be on air. So these ones are a little bit more important than the ones in the back. Now for the one that we're going to be replacing, the one that I'm going to be replacing for bank 1, sensor 1, it's back there. These Acuras are very nice and fancy with all these plastic covers, which cover your engine really cool, and you don't see all the mess, which is nice. But we're going to go ahead and remove them. So to remove those, just take out that cover right here with those 2 clips. Very easy, just pull them back and pull up. Once you take out that cover, then you can pop that cover out, and then you can pop this cover out, and we're just gonna have a lot of space. I'm gonna take those out, and then I'm gonna show you where the sensor is and how to remove it. So here we go. All right, guys, so now that we remove the covers, your engine bay should look just like this. Your sensor, you're just gonna come back here, and let me see if I can, so just come back here. As you can see, just follow my movement. There's not a lot of, it's difficult to record, but right there, you see it? That's it. So as you can see, let me just put my hand here. So as you can see, these are the coils. You have one right there. Let me move this. 2, and then the other one is on the other side. 3 right there. Those are the coils. So the middle coil underneath, this is the sensor right behind it. So you have a good view of it from here, and you can see the cable, and it's connected right here. So the first thing you're gonna do is gonna unplug it from here, which is just a simple push and pull. Let me see if I can do it from here as I am, which is difficult. I kind of have to use both of my hands, but just a push and pull. It shouldn't be hard. But I need to use both of my hands. I'm gonna unplug it and just show you what to do in just a minute. So unplug that, and then you have the cable loose. Once it's loose, you're gonna have to use a special tool. It's a special socket. You can rent it from AutoZone or any other place. You can buy it online. I'm going to put a code, a link in the description if you want to buy it on Amazon so you can have it. It's good to always have. I actually rented mine. That's the number from AutoZone. If you want to rent it, just give them that number, 27110. And it's just a socket that looks just like this. I bought the sensor already on Amazon. I'm going to put a link in the description for that too. but this is the socket, and it has a special opening so you can run the cable through that. This is the sensor, and it comes with like a special little chemical so you can put on the thread whenever you install it. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna unplug the cable that I showed you. I'm gonna use both of my hands. Once it's unplugged, I'm gonna put the socket in and I'm gonna show you how to remove that old one first. So let me do that and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay guys, I unclipped the sensor. I ended up taking off out of the bracket. I'll show you that in just a minute. I took off this cover just because I gave me so much more space. From this side, you have a lot of space to work on the sensor. It's just 3 little clips that you turn clockwise halfway, and then you can take them out, take out that cover. And then you can come from here and you can, as you can see, you can have a lot of movement. The sensor's right here, the plug, and you have a lot of movement. What I did was I just took it out of the little, as you can see, this goes in there. I just took it out by pressing on the side outwards, not in, press out and then pull it out of that. And then once it's loose, then I came on this side. But on that side you have a lot of space, way more space than here. But then I came on this side and let me just show you. Okay, so see, it was loose now. Now that it's loose, I was able to bring it up here and play with it. See how it's loose? To loosen it out of the bracket, to take it out of the bracket, see this little stick right here? This right here, yeah, don't push it in, but out. So outwards like this, out, and then once it's out, once you push out, then you can pull it out, and that will take the whole connector out of this bracket. The bracket that I just showed you in just a minute. Once it's out, then I was able to, you know, come in here and then move this out. But you can still do it while it's in the bracket. I guess I just wanted to show you guys how this works or whatever. Just push on this button right here, push on it, and then pull the sensor out, the plug that is connected on the sensor side. So this, let me see. Sorry for the view, guys. It's not a good angle, but you know what I'm talking about if you see it in person, when you see your car. So you press that button, you pull this out, that's it. This comes out. Now we have our sensor by itself with the cable. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the socket there and then a couple of extensions. I'm gonna show you that in just a minute, and I'm gonna remove it. So I'm gonna show you my setup. I'm just gonna put the socket in there and then show you my setup. So let me do that and just give me 1 second. Okay guys, so this is the setup that I have. I have 2 extensions. One is a 6-inch and then the other one is a 1-foot extension. And I have the 6-inch in there first because you need kind of like an angle. And then when I was putting the 1-foot in extension, it will come all the way up here and it will give me a weird angle so it wouldn't go all the way in. But let me show you right there. As you can see, the socket is already all the way pushed all the way in. Perfect. I have that one extension and then I have this other extension and it comes all the way up here so I can turn it really easily. I have my ratchet, and as you know, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So I'm going to turn that to the left counterclockwise. And if you're a follower, then you know from my previous videos, you can use a pipe it. I just add a pipe, a tube on this side, and then it'll help you, you know, leverage, give you some leverage, and you don't have to knock yourself or kill yourself. Just use that. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to use that to remove the sensor. Once it's out, I'm going to show you what to do next. So here we go. All right, guys, so I removed the sensor. Here it is. Let me show you. See, right there. Woohoo! Mission accomplished, guys. Well, halfway. It was in really bad shape. Definitely need a replacement. Guys, I didn't have to use a lot of strength. When I did make the first turn, when I unlocked it, I guess, or whatever, I did the rest with my hand because obviously remember that the cable's hanging. You can't just keep turning with the socket because it's gonna, you know, get caught on something or whatever. So I did a little bit, then took off the whole socket and wrench and and ratchet and all that stuff, and then just finished it off with my hand. And that's it. This is the old one. Now let me show you what to do with the new one. Here we go. All right, guys. So I'm putting the new sensor now. Just the same process in reverse. You can put that chemical on the thread, so you can, the one I showed you before, it can, I guess, help it for future whenever you remove it in the future. But it's not necessary. Actually, some sensors come with it already. But whatever, just stick some in your finger, use a glove or whatever, and just put a little bit on the thread. Nothing major. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my hands and just put in the sensor, turn it with my hands, and then go from there. Turn it out with my hands and then use the socket. Same way before plugging it and then plugging it. So let me do that. Let me see if I find any issues and I'll let you know. Alright guys, so I put the sensor. Everything went in smooth. Very easy. There you go, new sensor. And it's connected. Remember to put that clip back. The one that holds the little connectors in place. And that's it. I'm going to put the covers back. Now I'm going to show you the check engine, see if it went away. I'm going to turn on the car. And I'm going to drive it a little bit. Sometimes you have to drive it for it to apply. So I'm going to turn it on and drive it and then show you guys that. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe if this video helped you. I'm sure it did. There's not a lot on the internet, and they don't have the information, I guess, that I hopefully provided and answered your questions. Please like and subscribe, but let me show you the check engine light. All right, guys. I had to drive the car for a little bit. I think for about 15 miles, actually. I drove for about 10 minutes or so, and then the light went out. You can also clear it with your machine or just unplug the negative cord in the battery for a couple of minutes. I mean the positive. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's how you replace. That's how you replace the oxygen sensor. I hope this video helped you, and if you like it, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.